what exactly MSBI and where exactly it comes in and helps the business. So as we all know that it's the Microsoft product. Most of the Microsoft products are reliable. Like we always have Excel. We will been working with this since a long time, and we have SQL, which is the database. We also have application development part with Microsoft, like .NET, ASP, C#, .NET, different kind of technologies. So it's kind of a very reliable product in terms of the longevity. You consider it's been for a long time, and absolutely, as this is the product which is coming with SQL Server full stack license, the cost of this product is very less when compared to any other ETL or reporting services. And the other good part is this product consolidates 4 different components, right? The database development part, as well as integration, which is SQL Server Integration Services, which performs the ETL. Let me just quickly go ahead and write it here so that you guys are aware of what is a database, SSIS, SSRS, SSAS. Okay, guys. So this SQL is used for a Microsoft developer or a BI developer in terms of managing the data. So what happens in real time, guys? You may get, requirements to basically perform a migration. Okay, a migration of information, let's say from database to some Excel files or flat files, depending on a lot of validations. So what you're going to do, how can we achieve that? We can, and remember one thing, guys, when people are hiring you on MSBI, you won't see most of the cases. I would say 90% of the cases you would only see SQL, because SQL is the core component of Microsoft. That is a very big advantage that we don't see any other databases like Teradata, Oracle, or any other databases we don't find when you work as a MSBI. You maximum of the cases you find only SQL, because that is where the data warehouse is implemented and is used in all of these modules. So when I say, they're looking for an integration part of migrating the data from SQL to flat files, it's not a simple migration. They're not just going to give, tell you, hey, go ahead and take this table and migrate it. Now, they're going to ask you to join maybe 10 to 20 tables. Okay. And they might give you the requirement understanding so that you understand what columns needs to be extracted from SQL. Okay. And then maybe it also has some kind of validations. So what are validations? What are things of, these are kind of checks we use, like representation of data also comes under this. We will see different type of examples on validation as well. And it can also have scrubbing part. Scrubbing in the sense, let's say you don't have data in a right format. You're actually going to format the data and then send it. So different kind of things may come in while extracting the information from SQL. Getting it, guys? Now you have extracted the information. You have it in the source, right? You're now using SSIS and you're actually connecting. What are you doing, guys, is we are connecting this SSIS with SQL Server. Okay. Once we connect, we can use whatever extract we have developed as a source. Okay, as a source to the ETL. Now, after getting it as a source, now there might be different type of transformations which needs to be performed. Okay, so what are transformations? Transformations are like if you want to, add a few more columns or generate few more calculations while running the package, which is heavily used. Again, I would definitely discuss real-time scenarios based on this mostly what type of real-time scenarios you may face while developing the transformations. And transformations are very, very, very important concepts in SSIS, guys. Like lookup is there. We on and off use these lookups and SCDs and different type of derived columns. So these are all, always used, I would say. Any project you may see this transformations, and there are real-time examples of this, so we will definitely look into this when we come into SSIS part. Okay, so we have the source, we have the transformations in between by which we are actually modifying the data a bit more, and then we are loading it into our destination. So maybe it can be an Excel file, it can be a flood file, it can be anything for that matter. Okay, and another server as well. Now, so it is not that always your source should be only SQL. It can be that your source is Excel flat file, any other files. So you may have to extract it from those files and then load it into SQL. So this might also be the concept. So whatever is the concept, we would definitely visit in SSIS when we consider as a source. So this part plays an ETL job in MSBI. Getting it, everybody? Everybody is on the same page. Can I get a quick confirmation, guys?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. So this is going to play an ETL part. Right. Now, what happens most of the cases is you have to use reporting services in order to give the business an understanding of where they stand in the market. So what do I mean by that is, if business, let's say there is a retail shop, guys, okay, let's say for an example Heritage there in US. So Heritage in the overall US, let's say there are about 105 or 107 total branches in overall US. So if Heritage owner wants to understand what is my product sales in which branch, how does he understands that? First thing, the very first thing what he have to do. Okay, let me explain you in this way. Let me just open MS Paint. I hope this wizard is able to. You guys are able to view it. Everybody, the MS Paint.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, and this is also a real-time project which was given to one of the retail company. I do not want to disclose the company name. So what was happening is, it's a retail company, okay? So in US itself, so there are a lot of companies in US. There are a lot of branches of this retail company in US. Now what happening is, every time sales happen, insertion is happening into, let's say one branch, there is one Excel maintained, okay? There is one Excel maintained. In each branch, there are Excel maintains. So what happening, these Excel, they are filling up whenever the transaction is happening. Let's say today, there been maybe 500 customers who visited the branch of Heritage and maybe did 3,000 of sales, 3,000 of product sales. Possible or not? Possible, right? One customer may buy 10 to 20 or 30 to 40 products as well. So let's say 3,000 of sales he did. Okay. Same is the case here. Let's say there are let's say 5,000 customers who visited this branch and they did up to 10,000 transactions. Now, so it keeps on with each and every module, each and every branch, guys. So this is continued with each and every branch. Now, so end of the day, just in one day, at least 50,000 products are getting sold. Right? 50,000. So think of it. If he is not analyzing which product is going sold in a very high sales, how does he know that, okay, I need to buy these products and keep it in the store? Or if he is not sure that this product is not getting sold since a long time, so how do he understand that I should not buy this product anymore, or I should stop buying this product or getting this product in my store, right? If he is understanding product wise, sales wise, every branch, he may know, okay, so this is what the revenue is generating with these products, and this is what the disadvantage with this product, and this would help him improve his business or not. Yes guys, will it not help him to improve his business if he is getting a sense of where do he stands? Absolutely. Absolutely, right? So this is why basically they need some intelligence for their business. Therein where Microsoft also comes in. So what basically the solution was given is, okay, what we'll do is firstly we will have a FTP server. Okay, we'll see these concepts in SSIS, guys, so do not worry. So FTP server, this is a common server shared for all of the branches so that they can land their files end of the day into the FTP server. Getting it, everybody?
Yeah.
So what does that means? That means, so let's say closing day of the business, let's say at 10 p.m. in the evening, someone from CST, someone from EST, PST, and MST. So everyone is end of the day loading their files into this shared location file transfer protocol. In this location, this is one of the server. We will see how to configure this in SSIS as well. Now after this, what we did, now all the files got loaded. Let's say we have given about 2 to 3 hours or 5 hours of time to get it loaded. Okay, now this, after getting it loaded, what we are doing is we are actually pushing these files into our data warehouse. Okay, so now what is a data warehouse? We'll look into those concepts, not now, maybe after some time. Okay, now what we did is we have a looping concepts which is automatically looping all of the files. So let's say, guys, you know, this exceeded and went into 2 files. So daily we used to get how many? Let's say 105 Excels. Now one day I found we have got 110 Excel files. Sales exceeded, that is why they have used multiple Excels. So it might happen that you don't know the count of Excels, how much or how many Excel files are there, and you know how many Excel files you need to loop to. So if you don't know, that is going to handle dynamically in SSIS. So how to handle it dynamically, we will also visit. Okay, there is a looping concept which will actually dynamically extract your information from Excel sheets. Now after extracting it, we have loaded it into our SQL. Now there is a purpose of loading it into our SQL. The purpose I will tell you. SQL. Right, guys? Now if you understand, this part is done by using SSIS. Getting it?
Yeah.
So using SSIS, we can do this migration. Now after that, now business cannot understand, or they cannot write SQL queries to understand the database, right? That is why we are there to help the business to understand the data, what is there in SQL, how does it looks like. So what we did is we would actually go ahead, on top of this SQL, we will configure reportings. Right? On top of this SQL, we will configure reporting services. Now in these reporting services, we will provide them different kind of reports. Right? So it can be chart report, which will be showing the sales, different type year-wise sales, branch-wise sales, product-wise sales, customer-wise sales, different real-time scenarios with different logics with different joinings. We will look in our training material. Okay. Now, apart from this, there are lots and lots of interactive reports like drill through is there. Okay. So let's say there is a chart, guys. Okay. There is a chart which is showing the sales. Okay, this much was the sales in this branch, this was the sales in this, and everything is colored. Okay, now he's saying that, okay, this was 60% of the sales overall. Your all of the branches. Now, if I click on this, it should navigate to another report. Okay, which should give me the detail of products. What was the sales? So this kind of reports are called drill through reports, guys. So we will look into this in details. Most of the time company wants this kind of, let's say there are plenty of pages. You don't want to view, business don't want to view all of these pages. They just need to view what they are interested in. Let's say only branch sales wise. So I can actually have this as a master. And whenever I click on this, it should only display that branch sales. So this kind of complex project from the basics will be covered. Okay, so there are different type of interactive reports, guys. After we see this, different type of reports, what we'll see is the administration part of the report. Because I have told you that we are going to be the admin of the reporting services. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and see deployment, configurations, building of the reports, subscription and performance using snapshot. So subscription of type Windows based and email based. So different type of administration, securities, provisioning, different kind of things we will look in reporting services. So now, this everything is automated, guys. Every time the Excel is getting loaded, it is actually getting into your SQL, and this SQL is also generating report automatically. You don't have to do anything. And after that, this report is also getting sent to the business in an email automatically. So you just have to develop it and keep it. That is it. You're not going to revisit again and again until unless there are changes in the requirement. So that is what the whole process is all about. Everything is automated, and we will see here also what is scheduling. Okay, here also there is something called scheduling. We schedule it for each run, and in real time, guys, there is a set of framework which is 110% used called archiving. So we will actually see what is the archiving system talks about, why it is used, and what is the logical reason behind it. You might not find this kind of explanation in most of the trainings, because these are real-time scenarios. I have worked on a lot of projects, especially I have worked with clients in US, like there in downtown Atlanta, with SunTrust, Home Depot, Allogen, Bridge2 Solutions. You will actually get a lot of real-time hands-on logics in between whenever we see the concepts. Okay, so there are a lot of concepts to discuss. I could not go with each and every real-time scenario right now or tell you that this is what I'm going to cover. But yes, there are a lot of things which needs to come in, right? So this is how it is automated. But few companies, very few companies, not every company uses SSIS, guys. So remember this thing. Even Sidhu, you have to understand that not every company uses SSIS. SSIS is used very rare. You have end-to-end intelligence here. Now, in some cases, what happens is, if you see the time of extraction from SQL to the reporting services, the time it might take some 1 hour of time just to extract the information from SQL to reporting services. Now, but business cannot wait till 1 hour to have the report or to view the report. So what will they do is, they go with some other kind of platform. What is that? That is SSIS. SSIS is also a database, guys, as your SQL is. So now this, let's say this is SSIS. In SQL, tables are accepted, but in SSIS, cubes are accepted. The storage mode is cube, right? So how to develop this cube? Let's say we are developing a table. How we develop a table? We write a create statement, right? But in the cube, it's a totally a different concept. Cube is developed by facts and dimensions. Okay, so what is a fact? What is a dimension? What is normalization? What is data warehousing? How many type of schemas are there? Snowflake, star schemas. Different things we will look in SSIS. Okay, now to develop this cube, there is a, as we have reporting, as we have integration, there is something called SSIS also. This is a tool. This is a SSIS server. Using this tool of SSIS, we develop cube. And after developing the cube, we push it into SSIS server. Right? The purpose of pushing it into SSIS server is, after SSIS server gets the whole information of SQL, we go ahead and now configure SSIS to reporting services. So instead of configuring it to SQL, instead of configuring it with SQL, now we are not going with SQL. We are going with SSIS. On top of SSIS, we will go ahead and display the reports. So this process is maybe just 10 to 15% companies have implemented, and they are looking into it. And I can prove you that in a bit. So, and this process is 90%, or you can say 80 to 90% is used. So most of the companies, what they expect, at least you have to have SQL, SSIS and RS. So this is how the whole module is. And why is the purpose? No one is asking me why they are going with this. Because it improves the performance. Here it took 1 hour, right? It might took just 20 minutes here. It might take just 20 minutes of time to get. That is why it is known as multi-dimensional storage mode. This is known as two-dimensional storage mode. Two-dimensional in the sense column and rows.
Yeah,
column and rows. Now here each face is a dimension of the cube. So it is known as multi-dimensions. Hence we will see what is the logical understanding, because things we could not do in SQL we can do in SSIS, like partition and techniques are there. Different type of performance improving steps are there in SSIS in a cube, which we could not do in SQL. That is why we see a very high performance in SSIS.
So mostly like analytics, right? Mostly summary dashboards, like summary stuff, right? Aggregates.
Yeah. It can be anything. Most of the cases here aggregates. You're right. Because that is what fact is going to contain. Okay.
I believe they brought this in Excel also, right, Yusuf? Like now,
absolutely.
Once you create this, you use your Excel, normal Excel, and create the Power Query, Power Pivots, right?
Yeah, we are also going to look those concepts. How to directly browse a cube using Excel. So you can check out how to actually go ahead and use the cube inside Excel. We are also having that topic in our syllabus. So whatever in real time comes in, we also have it in our projects. So if you come down, see how to use cube in Excel. So that is why I've been saying, I cannot tell each and every concept that we are going to cover this, but absolutely you might see it in our. And someone was asking administration. If you see, guys, this is all administration concepts in reporting. These are reporting services. If you see, these concepts are related to reporting only: manager, operations, subscription, deployment, right? These concepts are going to get covered with reporting services. And there's a project. I do not want to disclose the project now. Once I get the confirmation from Bigclasses, we will discuss about it later. So now I hope you got an understanding of what is a reports and why it is used, right, everybody?
Yes.
Great. Reports, and this is SSIS. So now SSIS is used to mostly improve the performance, right or not? So we will see those concepts later. Now this is what we are going to cover. How we are going with the modules or pattern of training is with the basics. You might have some experience, Sidhu, or you might have some knowledge, but there are a lot of folks in my training who might not even know ABC of MSBI.
Oh, absolutely. Even I didn't know until 2 months back. I was reading,
Uh,
just reading books. That's it.
okay,
Yep.
so we are going to cover from the ABC. That is what I want to say. From the
Absolutely.
basics and also the advanced concepts, right? And also interview questions. Whenever I say this is an interview, definitely you might face that as an interview question because there are a lot of repeated questions asked for MSBI. So make sure you actually articulate things when the module training is going on. When I say it's an interview, just try and document it. Okay, and real-time scenarios, right? Where do we use it? Why do we use it? Things of that nature. And here also same, here also same, here also same, right? But with this, we are also going to see a real-time project with error handling framework, right? So with error handling framework. So this is how we are going to cover, and this would take maybe 35 days. If it goes long, it might go till 40 hours of training, 35 to 40 days. Okay.